Welcome back to Sportscene 13. We're now joined by the Pocono Mountain West Panthers. With us tonight, Michael Collins, John Amoroso, Quindell Brice. Guys, great to see you again. Boy, 15-4. Another great season for West. What's happening on the court right now for you guys that has you at 15-4? What have you been doing on the floor this year?
Well, it starts out in practice. We got to give it up to our coach, Coach Pensyl, for preparing us. And whatever we do in practice is what we do in games, and we just try to be successful at what we do.
How do you carry that over? You know, you talk about, working hard in practice. What does it mean to carry that into games and remember what you're doing in practice and carry it into games?
Well, it's easy. Like, you just do what you have to do in practice. We play as a family. We've been playing with each other for like 4 years, so it's easy.
You guys, everybody's put the target on your back to start the season. They said, okay, West's going to be the favorites. They're going to be up there. They're going to battle for a league. They're going to battle for districts. Do you like that? Some teams love to play that underdog, and, they love that role. There's no underdog for Pocono Mountain West. Do you like being the favorites, having people say, you're going to be the ones?
I mean, being on top, it gets lonely sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But all in all, I mean, I like when people got the target on my back, because that just gives me the motivation to go out and play harder than them and try to beat them and come out with the W.
Do you kind of take it as a challenge? Say,
yeah,
okay,
it makes you play harder every game. You can't take nobody lightly.
And the thing too is you also get everybody's best. Everybody's gunning for you. They're they're coming out saying, no matter how we've played this year, if we beat West, they're the ones. I mean, does that have to keep you on the top of your game?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, no matter who we play, we can't look at the name on their jersey. We gotta play hard no matter what.
You have played a tough schedule. You always do. Do you think that helps you, toughen you up come playoff time?
Yeah, because after the regular season done, there's no more easy teams. So basically you getting the best out of the best in District 11. So I think that really benefits us, that we have a tough schedule, and that it's going to help us out in the long run.
Does it kind of show some teams, especially, we always talk about how, it's the Mountain Valley against the Lehigh Valley. Does it give you some respect to be able to go down there and get some wins against some of those good teams?
Yeah, we love competing with LVC. I mean, they have a lot of great teams, so, I mean, sometimes you feel like they don't respect the MVC. So, I mean, that's we want to play hard and show them we could play.
We have to touch on it. You guys trip up. It seems like, you're cruising on through the Mountain Valley. You trip up against Pleasant Valley this week. What do you talk about after that game to, kind of get you back on track here?
To play harder than us. There's nothing we just having the back of our head, but we just bounce back from it. We heighten tomorrow and East on Friday, so we worry about that.
Do you kind of refocus after a game like that?
Yeah.
You always have to bounce back. You just can't just focus on one game. I mean, yeah, we lost. That's over with now. It's time to keep on going forward, not try to settle back.
All right, let's go forward. Last couple of games of the regular season. What do you want to do in these last two games to kind of get you back on that roll going into the league playoffs?
We just want to play hard. I mean, we don't care who we play at this point in the schedule. We just want to play hard, whoever we have.
You are the defending Mountain Valley champs. What would it mean to go back there and win another one?
Play that game like it's our last. Just give everything that we got for a full 32. That's all that matters. If we go out there and give us full 32, we come out with a W, and then we be crowned again.
Is it something where you're saying, this is ours, we don't want to give it up?
Yeah. Yeah.
What about districts, too? You're already qualified for districts. What would you like to do in there? I know last year you go to the semifinals, you fall just short of a state berth. Are there goals as you head to the district playoffs as well? Yeah,
we definitely want to win districts. I mean, that was our first goal from the beginning of the season. That's what we strive for, is districts.
What is the best thing about this team?
We're a family.
Yeah, we stick together
We're
through anything.
Yeah.
Do you think that carries over onto the court too?
Yeah. Pick each other up. One person doing bad, we just pick each other up right there off the bat. You know, it's a good team.
Finally, you guys are all seniors. And I always like to ask this of the seniors. You guys have all been around for a while with this program. What do you think you'll take with you when you leave Pocono Mountain West? And what are you hoping to leave behind as a legacy, or for the younger guys?
Well, I've been playing with Pocono Mountain West for about 4 years, and I want to leave behind my hard work and maybe a district title. Why not?
Yeah. We have a motto at the school: is tradition never graduates. So we want to keep that installed at Pocono Mountain.
I want to leave behind. I want to leave behind my hard work and everything I put in. Maybe people look up to me. Maybe the young guys will look up to me and say, "Hey, I want to work hard like Johnny Amoroso." So that benefits off of them, so they could go hard and take what I want, and so they could do it too.
Yeah.
Well, guys, best of luck. Playoffs coming up in just a week. Leagues and districts. Great to see you guys doing well. Best of luck in the playoffs.
Thank you.
Pocono Mountain West Panthers with us tonight. Michael Collins, John Amoroso, Quindell Brice. We're going to take a break right now. We come back. Brad Pensyl, their head coach, joins us here on Sportscene. Stay with us.
She's back at the ranch with all new episodes,
I'm making flat apple pie, perfect for cowboys on the go.
bringing her wildly popular blog to life.
If something doesn't turn out, I say, look, it's rustic, and then I feel better.
Smells good, honey.
I know the cowboys and cowgirls out there are going to love it.
All new Pioneer Woman, Saturday morning at 10 on Food Network. Add HD Basic to Blue Ridge Digital Cable to get Food HD. Call today to order.
Golf Channel's newest sensation is back every Monday night at 10, and he's interviewing your favorite celebrities. All new season, all new guests, same old Faraday. Premieres February 27th, only on Golf Channel.
Add HD Basic to Blue Ridge Digital Cable for free to get the Golf Channel HD. Call 800-CABLE-77 to order.
Is it the cases?
Whoever hit this lady, they didn't even stop.
The motives?
They out looking to kill me.
Or is it just the thrill of the chase?
Cooper!
TNT Tuesdays. No matter what it is, critics agree, few come close to the quality of Southland.
Light 'em up.
Southland, all new. Tuesdays at 10, only on TNT.
Add HD Basic to Blue Ridge Digital Cable for free to get TNT HD. Call 800-CABLE-77 to order.
HDNet Concerts on Tour brings the biggest events in music right to your living room.
What song is it do you want to hear tonight? Give it up! Give it up! Free!
This February, don't miss premieres of Rob Thomas, Kenny Chesney, and Tim McGraw, with encores of Paul McCartney, the Rolling Stones, and more, only on HDNet.
Welcome back to Sports Scene 13. We're now joined by Brad Pensyl, head coach of the Pocono Mountain West Panthers. Great to see you.
Thanks, Bob. You too.
Having another great season. Year after year after year, you have very good seasons. Even when people think, well, maybe you're going to lose a little, you don't. How do you keep this thing going year after year?
Well, it's hard work, awful lot of time and effort by the kids and the coaching staff. So it's easy. I tell the kids it's very easy to lose. It's awful hard to sustain some kind of tradition and I guess the kind of seasons we've had in the 10 years we've been at West. So there's a lot of responsibility with that, and something certainly we're all proud of.
These guys have really stepped up again, and we talked to them about this, that there's very few times where you're wearing an underdog label. You come in the favorites again in the Mountain Valley. How do you do that year after year and take that as a challenge?
We do, and sometimes the hard part is convincing the kids that we are everybody's big game, and that's it's not a knock to other people. It's just right now it's just the way it's been. It's we've won 200 games in 10 years. That's a ton of games, and our kids need to understand every time they go out on the floor that everybody does want to beat us, including a lot of the other teams in District 11. So, we have a lot of hard work that we have to do, and a lot of preparation goes into our I'd say our game day procedures. But it's difficult sometimes, and sometimes for young kids it's quite a difficult task for them.
How do you keep this thing going? You lose a couple of guys last year. You're still the favorite this year coming in. How do you get from year to year and keep that favorite role?
I think I wasn't sure we'd be the favorite this year. We lost an awful lot last year, but I think one thing that's helped is we play an awful lot of kids, in games, and our kids get an awful lot of playing time. So even next year we have some kids coming back that've gotten some quality time, and I think that's the way to build the program, and our younger grades have been very successful. So I think that's part of the reason we've been pretty good.
And you've played a tough schedule. I mean, we were talking about this when we saw you a couple of weeks ago. Even your losses are against some of the best, not only in the state, but you go out of state. You end up, you play Blair and a lot of these teams. I mean, that's got to toughen your guys up.
It does, and and there's no way we can't. We just have to play good teams in a non-league schedule. So, we've tried to get a competitive non-league schedule as much as we can, and one that I think is going to help us down the road. And I think the kids understand that now. And we've played, like I said, we've played Scranton and Blair Academy and Plainfield, New Jersey, and teams like that. And these are all, very good teams, and it can only make you better.
I have to bring up the game on Friday, the Pleasant Valley game. You guys fall in that one. What does that do for you? I mean, is it a wake-up call? Is it a stumbling block? How do you use that game?
It's it's nothing. It's Pleasant Valley outplayed us. They deserve to win, but with the way our format is now with the playoffs, the game means nothing more or less than 3 weeks ago when we played, let's say, Stroudsburg East, Stroudsburg South. It's either a win or a loss. It makes you aware of some things, maybe some deficiencies you might have and some things you have to work on, but the game really has no bearing on how we approach games or the rest of the year. It just, like I said, it was a loss, and Pleasant Valley deserved to win, and our kids need to learn from that, and we move on.
We met a couple of them here tonight. Talk about some of the guys who've stepped up, because you go really deep. I mean, you even mentioned a few minutes ago you play an awful lot of guys.
We do, and like our seniors, like the guys who are here tonight, like Quindell and Mike and Johnny, they've all had really nice years. And Johnny missed a few games with injuries, and he's back now. And Ty Dixon's had a real good year. And some of our younger players like Eric Vick and Joe Wiggins, I thought they've played pretty well at the point for us. We had a very good point guard last year in Tynell Fortune. That's hard to replace. So those guys have done a pretty good job for us. And it's experience, and it's getting through the season as far as the regular season, and the bigger goal, the bigger picture at the end of the year. And certainly, our goals are winning championships, and Mountain Valley Conference will be the first goal we'd like to achieve.
I think you've already clinched that top seed, or you're close to it. I like that, to be honest with you. I've been saying that all along. Colonial, Lehigh Valley, I don't really think they do that. Schuylkill, same thing. I love the idea of top seed. You played for something more than just to wear the white uniform. I like the idea of getting that home court for the semifinals.
I like the home court advantage, and we have clinched that. So that game will be at West on Wednesday. So that gives you something to shoot for at the end of the year. And there's pros and cons, I guess, to the way the format is. Some people like the halves, and some people like the format we have now. But everybody knows the deal going in the beginning of the season. So there can be no questions at the end of the year. You know what you have to do to win a championship.
What do you like? Do you like the halves, or you like the?
As a coach, I like the halves better. I did. I liked the first half, second half. As an athletic director, I like I like the playoff format better.
Let me tell you something. As a broadcaster, I like the playoff format because we know the Mountain Valley is going to play a semifinal final at the end of the year. But I think that's always fun to look forward to, knowing that there's going to be a championship game played on that Friday night.
It is, and I think it's created a lot of excitement in our area, and you know, certainly the boy-girl doubleheader has been a big draw for you know, for the Mountain Valley Conference, and I think kids look forward to that. You know, before there was years where people just clinched the title outright, and you know, there was no playoff. But I think this better prepares teams for the district playoffs.
And you've kind of gotten hit with it both ways because, you know, I guess if you get first place and you win both halves, you like it that way because you win the championship. I remember a bunch of years ago, it might have been your second or third year as a school at West, you had the best record but didn't win either half. You had the best record overall in the Mountain Valley that year, didn't win either half, ended up with nothing.
That's correct. You know, so we've been bit, you know, as a coach, I've been bit a few times by this either way. You know, this would be the fourth year for the playoff format. The first year, Stroudsburg won it, and I think they were the 3 seed.
Yeah.
And Pocono Mountain East was the 1 seed. 2 years ago, we were the 1 seed and got beat. Last year, we were the 1 seed and ended up winning it. So, you know, should it play out that the 1 seed wins it? I guess it should, but you never know.
Yeah, I like it this way.
Yeah, figured you would.
Hey, I like these championships. Hey, you know, semifinal, final playoffs are great. Obviously, districts is another thing. You have to change gears, and you go to districts. And every year, that's a big thing, you know, to get the districts, try and make a run there.
It is. You know, we were a little disappointed last year. I really thought we had an opportunity to advance in the state playoffs. We came up short in overtime, and, you know, there's about 5 or 6 teams in District 11 I think this year are pretty good. And I think certainly we're one of those teams, and we have an opportunity you know, to advance in the state playoffs. Whether we win the districts or not, I don't know, but we certainly have a chance to do that. And I would, you know, hopefully think our kids will be ready come playoff time, because right now is when you have to start gearing up, and you know, we're at go time.
And this one's tough to call. I mean, you've played well. Pottsville has been phenomenal in the Schuylkill. I think they still only have 1 loss. And then, you know, in the Lehigh Valley, you know, you have Parkland playing well. You have Emmaus. You have Freedom. You know, this one, there's a whole lot of teams that can battle.
There is. It's a tough call this year. And I think last year, I think some teams were better than this year, but I think there's more teams that are pretty, I think, equal this year than in previous years. And we have a shot.
What do you got to do down the stretch? Get a Mountain Valley championship, get a district championship.
You got to play defense. I think at this time of the year, you got to defend people, and you know, if you stop people, you go out, and I think defensively, if you do the job, I think you move on. And I think defense is the key. And if you play defense, you advance. And if you play defense, you win championships.
By the way, don't put it just on me. Dr. Bob loves that semifinal final thing too.
I'm sure he does.
Brad, great to see you.
You too. Thanks, Bob.
Brad Pensyl, head coach of the Pocono Mountain West Panthers. We're going to take a break right now. When we come back, the Notre Dame of East Stroudsburg girls join us here on Sportscene 13. Stay with us.
Should never be sent to bed. They always wake up a day older.